Hello and welcome to today's morning report on Tuesday the 24th of February with me, Rich Perry, market analyst at Tech Markets. European trading sessions started off reasonably weaker, and that's just come on the back of the fact that we've just still got the Greek situation just still continues to remain unresolved really. The proposal that the Greeks are putting forward has been submitted apparently overnight, and apparently EU officials, or there's been a news source that suggests that an EU official suggests that the proposal is going to be relatively successful. So I suppose that's a good thing, but pretty much I think that's being pushed to one side now, because we've got, probably more importantly, we've got Janet Yellen testifying today to the Senate Banking Committee, and that is her part of her biannual testimony to the Houses of Congress. First day of her testimony is today. It starts at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and it could easily be a testimony that has an impact on monetary policy, or the prospect of monetary policy going forward, because this is the first time we've heard from any sort of real formal showing of the Fed after that very strong non-farm payrolls report that we had last month. And that's at 3 o'clock. And what we've seen in front of that is the volatility in the markets just starting to calm down a bit, which is certainly a positive. But also the dollar index, which has started to pick up again. It had been on the slide, but it's starting to pick up again, and it's very interesting that it's beginning to put a bit of pressure, certainly on the euro. The euro support around 112.60 seems to be coming under increasing pressure. And also the dollar yen resistance levels are coming under pressure as well. So it seems as though that the dollar is beginning to gain a bit of momentum once more to the upside. Just slightly, not too significant yet though. Now, the other aspect we are looking out for today is this oil price. Now, this is WTI crude, which is beginning to slide away again. It's been falling now consistently for pretty much the last 5 or 6 days, certainly a whole sequence of lower highs throughout this time. These two support lows have not been tested yet, and until whilst they remain intact, you're still okay in terms of that, but certainly that's that last 6 days worth of slide is putting pressure today once again on the commodity currencies, certainly the oil related commodity currencies such as the Kiwi and the Loonie, under pressure. And I'll talk about the Kiwi in my chart of the day when I pitch it against the Aussie. But as I said, yes, so far in European trading, we've got the market slightly lower. FTSE's slightly down again, backed away once more from that all-time high. 6943 was the high yesterday, and it backed away from that. It couldn't quite make the 6950 all-time high. DAX slightly lower, correcting some of the move that it saw yesterday. So these markets are still not really being able to break out quite yet. What we're also looking out for today is the Eurozone final CPI. We had the flash number come out, 0.6% negative, and that would be confirming the number today, because that is the expectation, down 0.6% there on the flash CPI. And then also at 10 o'clock, we've got Mark Carney actually giving his testimony to the Select Committee in the House of Commons on the inflation report. So that could have an impact on cable, or certainly sterling. And then this afternoon we've got Janet Yellen at 3 o'clock, and also the US consumer confidence at 3 o'clock as well. Forecast to come in slightly lower actually at 99.6. Although that is still extremely strong at the moment, but still coming off the top. If that is the case, that would be a little bit of possibly giving the dollar a bit of a sort of put the brakes on some of this run higher that it's had in the last couple of days. Anyway, I will now talk about my chart of the day, which is the Aussie Kiwi. Now, interesting moves that we're seeing, because the Kiwi had been a big outperformer actually on the Forex charts in recent couple of weeks, but that's beginning to turn around now. We've seen this bull hammer candlestick pattern on the Aussie the Aussie Kiwi cross, and that's broken this downtrend over the last 3 weeks. So this supremacy of Kiwi strength over the Aussie is beginning to turn around. We've seen a couple of choppy days, 3 choppy days of strong candlesticks, but still choppy. But what I'm seeing also on this chart is a very interesting move on the stochastics. We've had a buy signal, which is the crossover, confirmed, which is the move above 20. We're also seeing the MACD line starting to bottom out, and we're seeing the RSI starting to pull higher as well. So the beginnings of an improvement in momentum on the Aussie Kiwi chart. Now this is on the intraday chart. I've stuck in this resistance at 105 because I think that is the key resistance level now you need to be looking out for on this chart. But it certainly seems as though the reaction that we've had overnight today is to pull strongly higher on the Aussie and leave this support that's in place now at 103.47. And if it can now rally to break through that reaction high at 104.29, that would be a higher low in place at that 103.47, and you can start to think about the possible reaction back towards that 105 resistance. But it certainly looks like at the moment the Aussie buyers, certainly against the Kiwi anyway, the Aussie Kiwi cross is beginning to turn a little bit more in the favour of the Aussie. Just near term, very slight improvement, and not confirmed yet necessarily. And I think the confirmation of an improvement would come with the move above that 105 resistance level. I'll stick the crosshair in there. 105 resistance is the key near-term level that we need to look out for. But certainly, if it breaks above that, I think you can start to see the prospect of a continued Aussie rally against the Kiwi, and these momentum indicators are certainly suggesting that is building anyway. And certainly, if we get, as I said, a move above 104.30, I would say that could be off and away. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading on the Aussie Kiwi today. And I will speak to you later, I think.